living. So he's a guest on the Phonogas responses to some of those questions. His analogy and the rest of that is the reason why I wanted to watch this. For some of you have already seen it. Great. But this is just a fraction of it. So you can now tell the mindset of those who are around Kolu and what Nigeria is today. Just see, it's like a window into what some of you somehow possibly believes that they are building something for our future. But characters like this and their own reality is far off from that reality. So on the Phonoga, Nigeria's insecurity is exaggerated. Okay, that especially the media, they accused the media of exaggerating the insecurity in Nigeria when majority of us believe that the insecurity in Nigeria is in fact underreported. But to them, no, the media is making it look like there is nowhere is safe in Nigeria. Then he gave example of somebody he knows that traveled from Abuja to Borno or from Abuja to Kebbi. Now talk about the hunger. To him, Nigerians are very happy right now with Tinubu. The idea of Nigerians being hungry is created by the enemies of the president. Okay, so their reality is so far off from yours. On the one hand, they are saying that their government is making so much money. States are collecting more money now. A lie that they have come to believe themselves. Nigerian naira got so devalued that it lost over 1,500% of its value just for Tinubu to brag that they have more money. Now you have more money on the one hand, then on the other hand, right, you have no money to fund your capital projects, ministries, defense. All these guys are all complaining that indeed there are huge allocation for them in the budget. However, in real life, they are just as useless as a toothless bulldog, kind of, right? So all these questions were posed to Onofunoga, right? But his answers should actually make you cringe, because this is the mindset of the characters that are making decisions for Nigeria and Nigerians. So I was talking to a friend there today, and I said, looking at it totally, you can possibly just take a peep into that tunnel. You know, they usually say that there is always going to be a light after the dark tunnel. When you look at that of the Nigerian tunnel and you see characters like this, you can tell yourself that, you know what, mate, forget about the light after any end of any tunnel, because this particular tunnel is so deep, there is no light after it. Watch this.
I traveled from Lagos to Oyo to go and attend a burial ceremony. Look, don't let people. You see, the problem is that the media in Nigeria they are even creating the problem. The way they report insecurity is as if the entire country is consumed.
Can you drive from Borno State?
Yeah, some people do
through Yobe, through Adamawa, down to Niger State.
I will give you an example. Somebody who does it. In fact, one man came to my house yesterday. The DG, what do you call it, the executive secretary of the NELFON. He told me himself. I didn't ask him. He said he drove from Abuja to I think it was Kebbi by road. Yeah, wow. By road. Don't let people frighten you that the entire country is under siege.
It's not about.
It is not so.
It's not about frightening.
There are security breaches. Nobody is.
There are major security breaches.
There are security breaches. Anytime I read about either a kidnap or an attack somewhere, sometimes I look at the time. I say, wow, it happened 8 p.m. It happened 9 p.m. Sometimes 1 a.m. I say, wow.
Yeah.
See, my brother, a long time ago, the police told people to stop traveling at night. They told them, stop traveling at night. That was even before Bola Tinubu said, stop traveling at night.
Well, let me make reference to the graphics you can see on the screen. That data was released by the respected West African security firm Beacon Security and Intelligence Limited, as well as ACLED, which is the leading international organization for disaggregated data collection, conflict tracking, and crisis mapping in West Africa. You know, what it shows is terror-related fatalities between January 2015 and June 2026. Those fatalities stood at 53,048 and 47 deaths. Deaths caused by groups like ISWAP, bandits, IPOB, ESN, herder militias.
Between what years?
Between 2015 and 2026. So the president claimed in his most recent address of an 81% decrease between 2015 and 2026, without referencing the base of the percentage or its period of comparison, and all of that, according to this data, is unfounded. Because the data shows a 4.6% increase between 2015 and 2025, with a steady rise in fatalities across those years. So the data he's putting out is incorrect. I mean,
you can't be so categorical about that.
Well, these are the groups that these are people who monitor
the data
this
we
stuff.
operate on is the data provided by the Office of National Security Advisor. That's the data we use, and whoever is compiling this.
Well, these are independent people who are internationally acknowledged. Who are internationally acknowledged as people who do these things.
The data we have is the data from the Office of National Security Advisor. And you cannot say the data is wrong and only this one is right. That may not be. One day I was traveling from Lagos, from Ibadan to Lagos, and Google Maps told me that there's a go-slow in the approach to Lagos. I decided to take Ijebu-Ode, Shagamu, via Shagamu. And what struck me was that I just found myself on a paved road, concrete road. I said, wow, when was this one built? I've not been to Ijebu for some time, and the few times I've been there, I always came through Ekwe. So I said, wow, this is different. And I found that our people, when I say our people, I mean our Ijebu people, they've stopped complaining. I said, oh, no wonder they now have a brand new road that's not just an asphalt road, a concrete road.
Right.
Is that not beneficial to me or any use of that road? Is it beneficial? People are benefiting.
Yeah,
I live in Aja.
Yeah.
Anytime I go to Lagos and I ask Google Map to tell me how soon will I get home, Google Map will tell me 1 hour, 7 minutes. Before, 2 hours, 30 minutes. And the reason for that is because we now have a coastal road that has shortened my travel time. Is that not beneficial? What are people talking about really? Look, if you have students, if you are a parent, and you have 4 children in university, and they're able to access federal loan, which is interest-free, are they not benefiting? Are the parents not benefiting?
You see,
if you are a civil servant and you can access the credit card, very cheap loan, at below interest is about 7%, now people can access that loan at single digit. Are they not benefiting?
Well, there are question marks over how monies are
trickling
down to people with regard to those loans.
We have been pigeonholed into certain assumptions, certain conclusions. People just say it's like in the early days of this government. I think the president went to Lagos. I think it was coming from the Central Mosque, and somebody now did a voiceover. And that means we are hungry. Since then, people have been saying that, hey, we are hungry.
Yeah, but
I'm a Nigerian. I have people working for me privately. I don't see the level of hunger people are talking about because I see them and I keep asking them questions. How are things? How are they adjusting? What are the problems? I travel from Lagos.
Nuisance, Lele.
So they saw the video. Did you see the line you just quoted here? That somebody did a voiceover. You remember that video in Lagos? when they were screaming, Ebing power, Tinumbu Ebing power, they just dropped it in this conversation there that somebody made a voice over. But since then, he's been asking people, how are they faring? From Insecurity to Coastal Road. Do you get that now? So the issue of insecurity, he has no data. In fact, they are so good and so cunning too, right? That he can just drop a data. You can present them the factual data about the killings, the insecurity in Nigeria, and they will boldly tell you that that is not correct. Then ask them to present to you what they think is correct. Then they will start blabbing and all that, because their job is to discredit any verifiable facts, not by presenting any alternative fact to it. And if they have to, they can make up something, but they have to discredit you. The moment you ask them that, but you are failing in this is your job, you have to like do this, blah, blah, right? Instead of them to defend that failure, to defend that incompetence, they want to discredit you or try to deviate, take the conversation to something else. To the likes of Onofunuga, the Jebus are not complaining anymore because they have concrete road. You get it now? It didn't really have to tell you where this concrete road is in the Jebu, because there is none. All right. But hey, it's from Ijebu, so it's like, oh yeah, they have new road in Ijebu now. Ijebus are happy. They're not complaining again. So when they meet people, he asks them, how are they adjusting? Now his own travel time from his house to wherever he's going in Lagos is now like short, reduced by an hour. And that means people are benefiting. Google Map told you this and that, this is the mindset. And this is the person that speaks. This is the leader of those that speaks for Tifnumbu. This is the head of his media. Oh, it gets ridiculous. It's actually like about 40 minutes interview. Go on Arise, Arise TV or Arise News channels, right? You're going to see that it's so cringy to watch. All right. So Charles asks him that, listen, you guys have said you are making more money, but most of the government appointees that they have spoken to have said that they've not received their money. In fact, there is a Senate probe into this, that some of the ministers came and said, yes, they had this budget, but they have not received more than 1%, sometimes like less than a percentage of the entire budget. So why is that? And you keep borrowing too. Like you're claiming you are making more money, but you keep borrowing. And at the same time, you're not funding your critical capital projects of some of your ministries. Like, where is the money? Do you know what Onofunuga said? Crazy. Said that most of the ministers working for Tifnumbu, they are using their own money to run the office. I mean, you are making more money. States are getting more money now. And that is a campaign material, yeah? Even though it is devalued money, the money that is worth only 1/3 of its entire value. You get that now? That's a different economic conversation, okay? But hey, what happened to your ministries? Those are the ones who are with Tifnumbu. Tifnumbu takes 56% or 55% of the entire money shared in Nigeria. That is what they shared in federal government, 55%. So what happened to that money? No, they are giving the money to Shaguri. Local contractors are complaining. They are protesting that they have not been paid. They won't pay them. But Shaguri, in the last 3 years, his company has gotten over $5 billion. I mean, I have to use dollars because the coastal road alone is $13 billion. Okay? And he's also working on this Shokoto Badagry. I think that itself is practically like maybe $5 billion, right? They keep taking money or borrowing money, right, to fund that. So what happened to other ministries? What happened to other parastatals? How come they are not getting funded and all that? Listen to what Onofunuga had to say. He said, well, the, what do you call them? The ministers are so benevolent, like they are so good that they have to use their own money. Talking to 250 people, a country of 250 million people, a dance like this.
actually reforms, you're also doing palliatives
what bothers
to cushion the effect of what you are doing.
What bothers people is that you're telling them to tighten their belt, whilst a lot of people in high office in government are loosening their belts. So there is that sense that we're not all suffering together, that people, ordinary people, are bearing the brunt, while the lifestyle of those in power has not changed. How do you respond to that?
Well, that is not totally true. Let me just tell you a story. Today, after a meeting, I spoke with the Minister of Finance.
Right.
It will shock people that some ministers, and some of them spoke during the last budget exercise that they didn't receive capital money and so on. Some ministers, some of them have been, because they come into office to serve, some of them have been using their personal funds to run. Some of them, they're not collecting government money.
What do you mean to run?
I mean to run their official work.
Right, but why is that? If you've got all this money, why aren't they getting their budgets?
Well, the government is doing so many things at the same time.
So the government is disorganized. It doesn't know where to... Well, I mean, a lot of the ministries are saying they're not getting their budgets.
That is capital budget. Government is doing so many things at the same time.
Right.
So many things. So you have to prioritize where you put the money. So that's what's going on.
Okay, well...
àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí ọpọlọ rẹ̀ yòrò tàbí ẹni tí Ọlọ́run fi síbi aláṣà àwọn ọpọlọ rẹ̀ bí ọpọlọ ikú ó jọ má bẹ́ẹ̀ tọpọlọ rẹ̀ ò tó nǹkan rárá tàbí ètò wà ń bẹ kó má tiẹ̀ wúlò má rárá.
Very useless old man. That's what I mean by they will sit in front of cameras, right? They will confidently say rubbish, nonsense. And if you question it, if you question that, they won't have to defend it. Other than it's like arguing with foolish people or stupid people. You can't win. Because you know why? They're always going to take you down to their level, then beat you with experience. Old man, I'm talking to a country like Nigeria. Some minister came in to serve. So they are using their money to run the office. Really? That is the reason why you have money, but the money is not fulfilling the budget. Nigeria is now using over 80% of its revenue to service debts. Have you heard about that? They are hiding all of that from you anyway. Just the same way they are hiding the data for unemployment in Nigeria. Every data they are hiding from you. That's one of them. They are making so much money now, but they are borrowing more money too. But the supposed important sectors are not getting their budgets funded. Now they don't even have an idea which budget they are practicing or they are implementing right now. Is it 2024 budget? Or the 2024 supplementary budget, or maybe 2025 budget or 2025 supplementary budget, or is it 2026 budget? Nobody knows. That is what they are running. Voodoo economy. One guy, they promised automatic tickets prior to their party primaries and all of that happened a few weeks ago. And then they've kind of I think he lost out. Suddenly those around Tifnubu are lying to him. And it is time for him to know that no matter how long the lie lasts, the moment that the truth catch up with it, right? It may just be a disaster. Listen to him on his own rant, so because they've served him his own breakfast, okay? They used him very well when they were passing all these loan approvers, when they are approving loans and all of that, passing some of these ridiculous bills that Tifnubu sent in. They are guided and protected wherever it is they have put together in their state capture arrangement, right? Now, somebody has something to tell us about what is so wrong. In a game, he participated fully. But he's saying before it is too late. Because first, before that, the Nigerians that are managing, the ones that Onafunuga is referring to, where can we see the hunger? This one was just 6 days ago. in Ekiti.
Platform, hello, sir.
Some people hugging bread on the street because APC was campaigning, asking them to come and vote for them. And that's the APC state being, a state ruled or controlled by APC, right? So the governor was going for second term. And that was them like dunking bread there on the street, running after bread. That is the Nigeria that APC, Egbekegbe, is so proud of. A criminal who is part of the system is now calling our attention to what we have already been saying, right? But I think Tinubu's attention.
If anybody is telling President Tinubu, I have utmost respect for him as a nationalist, as a gentleman. If anybody is telling him all is well, it's lies. How does a country run without a budget or selective financing of projects? And we have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. Where is the money we are borrowing? All the revenue generating agencies in this country told us they have exceeded their target. Where is the money going? You will agree with me that what they call primary and consensus is not limited to APC alone. In almost all the political parties, it's just an arrangement where kingmakers put their stooges to the detriment of ordinary Nigerians. We joined APC in good faith, and we did everything to promote one Nigeria and to align our resources and effort with that of the federal government so that the dividends of democracy can reach our people. We also joined because the party that we contested and won, mind you, we didn't win under APC. I won my election under PDP. So I'm used to contesting election under opposition. But unfortunately, when we came to the Senate, the PDP suddenly disintegrated and did not give us any direction. And we were left in limbo. And we had no choice than to move to other areas. Having done the party primaries and the leaders, particularly the state governors, only their loyalists or their stooges were given ticket. And all effort to make a semblance of primaries so that Nigerians can see democracy at work. If you lose at the party primary, so be it. You have no one else to complain with. After all, they all have all the cards of the party members. But allow the party members to nominate. But alas, it was just a charade. It was not done. And we felt betrayed. We felt betrayed that despite our best effort, that democracy can work in this country. Unfortunately, the fate of democracy in Nigeria is at very, very comatose stage. But we will not give up. We would have folded our hands and say, okay, so be it. It will take care of itself. But sitting down to do nothing is not an option for us. We will go and contest under different banner, and I've joined the ADC. And the person who was given the ticket, who won the primaries for ADC nomination, called me and said, Oga, I know they will not give you ticket. Come, I will surrender my ticket to you.
And I felt touched for this magnanimity because I am with my people. I am with the grassroots. I am not with the people that wear agbada and collect money in the call of politics. It might interest you. A by-election was held in Kebbi State just last weekend for House of Assembly. In my own constituency, we have 80,000 registered voters, but only 4,000 people turn out to vote. My people are with me. We have no doubt. And one of the issues is, particularly for Kebbi South, I find it difficult that people of Kebbi Central, particularly Binning Kebbi, think they can sit down in Binning Kebbi and decide who contest, even for councillor in Zuru and Yauri local government. From day one, we say we will not accept this. And they find this challenge unbearable for them to accept. And tomorrow, when the election is done, they will see the result in their naked eyes. I thank you, members of the press, for this privilege, and I assure you, I will continue to brief you as development unfold. We are happy that at least up to now that this democracy has not been truncated. But we are afraid that if it continues this way, it's not the military that will truncate democracy, it's the ordinary people on the street. And what is my fault in Kebbi? I stood up here in the Senate to tell Nigerians to assist us, that bandits are killing us. And suddenly the governor thought I was fighting him. I have nothing. I have never fought the governor. I have nothing against him. But my people that sent me here asked me to cry, and I cried, and they appreciate. So what is there? Day one, they have already decided that they cannot control me. I have never fought anybody. All I want is dividend of democracy to reach my people. And we will continue to work, and inshallah, it might take a while. You know, 3 years since Tinubu's government, 3 years, 2024, 2025, and now 2026, the budget has not been implemented. He has never implemented a budget. How does a country run without a budget? Or selective financing of projects. And we have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. Where is the money we are borrowing? All the revenue generating agencies in this country told us they have exceeded their target. Where is the money going? If anybody is telling President Tinubu, I have utmost respect for him as a nationalist, as a gentleman. If anybody is telling him all is well, it's lies. The earlier he make effort to correct these imbalances, particularly on implementation of budget, the earlier for him. Otherwise, wallahi, he will live to regret this. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are complaining. As a father, we want him to listen and with the voices of Nigeria and bring succor. Whoever is telling him otherwise is lying to him. We will continue to give him good advice, but taking good advice is his prerogative. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So who do I give the 500,000?
More guy was still willing to give them 500,000 naira, like the media, to help him make sure that this message gets to the right guys. He was of a PDP guy, and then they camped to the APC, and then his state governor in Kebbi used his position in the Senate, like his position on the insecurity in Kebbi State, when he spoke about it in the Senate. They used that against him. Therefore, they nominated somebody else. Meanwhile, they were promised automatic tickets. Yeah, it was part of the deal. Each of them, according to the fillers, each of them was given 250 million naira each to join the APC, and with the promise of an automatic ticket. But there was another meeting after they have all decided to move, and they've moved. There's another meeting where the state governors argued that they were the leaders of, they had the leaders of their own parties in their states. So therefore, they should be allowed, okay, to have the first right of, the right of a first refusal or something. And that's how they schemed out people like him. So right now, he wants to use the next 1 year to advocate for things that ordinarily he wouldn't have spoken about if he followed their dictates, so to say. So now he would have to use that ball, probably with all to nothing. He is right. They have not implemented a proper national budget since Tinubu became president. And let me shock you. In Lagos State, you can be hearing about Lagos is making this money, is making that money, or the blah, the blah. Lagos State's finances has never been audited in the last 27 years. It's always been very secretive, where bit by bit will be released like crumbs from their budget, what have you, right? Will be released to the public. And since they control the media, usually it never really lasts. If anybody raised any dust about Lagos finances, it doesn't last because the media will kind of like bury it in a way until something else pops up. That is what Nigeria is going to experience under Kolu. And you know something? His guys are already working for after 2027, like post 2027. I know those of you are currently hoping that maybe Nigerians can turn the tide, go out and possibly get rid of Kolu. It's good, probably to feel like that. But the truth is that they are already planning beyond 2027. The only thing that can stop Kolu from continuing as your president beyond 2027 is death, if he dies. Except for that, these guys are already planning beyond 2027. I'm talking about they're already working on a constitution amendment that they are going to leave some crumbs for people. And then you are going to overlook the big elephant in the room, tenure extension. So they are planning to amend the constitution now that you are going to have a 6 years term, single term for governors and presidents, okay? So instead of 2 terms of 4 years, it's going to be 6 single-year term. And that's going to be a new constitution, so to say. And under that constitution, Kolu will have the right to contest. And of course, they're going to perpetuate him in power in that sense, right? So there is also the crumb I said, like they are adding crumbs like independent candidacy, whereby you don't need political party to contest election, to contest or run for governor, or anything you want to run for. You won't need any political party. Just put your groups together. So those kind of like crumbs will make some people feel like, well, he's still democratic, Abi. At least there will be elections. So that means people should contest against him. And that's how you're going to really see them build this, or kind of, is it called a consolidate? Yeah, they will consolidate their grip on power, which is what some call the state capture. What happened in Lagos is already replicating at the national level. And you are all witnessing it, like manifesting. By the time you're going to realize it, it's just going to be, it would have become like the norm. Everybody will begin to flash back to a time when things used to be like. Now this is what they are. So yeah, and they will use everybody to achieve that. They've already used those they want to. So far, so good. But let's leave their politics for a second, okay? A few weeks ago, we got the report of this meth lab where some Mexicans, Mexico, or should we call them the Mexico's drug cartels, that they have found their ways to Nigeria. I don't know if it's recent, or if it's been there for a long time, where they will acquire massive expanse, like a large expanse of land, right? And then you'll think they are probably starting manufacturing or something there, right? Or farming. They ended up being drug growing, kind of like a settlement, as well as a factory, like labs. So we saw that in Ogun State, when they were apprehended in Ogun State. And somebody, including myself, we said, there are going to be more. If the people who could travel from their country travel down to Nigeria and collaborate with the locals to acquire lands in a way that, you know what I mean? They are running drug lab that they are producing thousands of tons of drugs, God knows what, right? And they found another set of people, NDLA, by the way, found another group of Mexicans, as well as their Nigerian collaborators inside the old Oyo Park, somewhere close to the Nope land is called, which is like the border between Oyo State and Kwara State, right? But on the side of the Oyo State. Oyo State, or should I say, from the news today, by the way, so the Oyo State government announced this morning that they are putting curfew on 10 local government areas. And all these 10 local government areas are mostly in the northern part of the Oyo State. These areas where the terrorists who took the school children, as well as others, they've been making the news, right? So there are reports of countless numbers of identified, in fact, publicly known illegal mining sites in some certain towns in this part of Okeogun, Shaki, Oyo, and going on like that, right? Ogbomosho and all that. So this discovery is going to be like an extra to the list of God knows other horrible things, right, that are taking place in different parts of Nigeria. This time, second time, in Yoruba land. I'll show you the NDLA bust in Nope side of Oyo State.
Follow here, follow here, follow here. What type of water? Distilled water? What type of water? Normal water. What do you use it for? I will tell you to do what? To do what? My nose is normal water. Because me, sometimes I use like, yesterday I want to do what I want to work for. What's this? Focus on raising this. Open this. What's this? Is this dangerous or not? Okay. Distillation. I don't know. Open the next. Go working together. You can fulfill your system. Is there something inside? Is there something inside? Something inside? Is there something inside? No. It's empty? I don't know nothing because that is come on. You have envelope. Envelope. Cooking pot. Right here. Evaporator. Ready to crystallize the substance. Don't close it. Please help us open this thing. Be careful. Please, you're not in here. Where are your handles? They should give us handles. Okay. What's there? Open it. Any extra no smart? Yeah.
Yeah. Inside the Oyo forest. So the arrested culprits, that Mexican, that old guy, they said he's a 56-year-old Jose Villa Ochoa. Then 4 Nigerian collaborators, which include or identified as Maxwell, Uche, Nevo, Olatunji Yusuf, Bankole Akim Owolabi, and Ganil Monsieur. So those are the arrested culprits. That's another one. So if Nigeria want to actually cleanse or end criminality that I believe has pretty much become industrialized, the level of kind of like a criminality that we are witnessing today, from terrorism to illegal mining to abduction, and now massive scale drug cartels buying lands in the jungle just to produce as many drugs as possible for a country that is battling poverty. Now, if they have to turn their youth into serious drug addicts, that means of future Nigeria finished. There's no future here. Technically, there won't be anyone. So if you want to cleanse that Nigerian forest all over the country, to sweep them, well, it is possible though. But I mean, that would be the beginning of saying, you know what, we will be clearing every state from the main city center down to the jungle that is attached to every state, and begin to clean them. Man, there will be so much discoveries in our forest now. And the longer this compromised national security architecture is in place, right, the worse it's going to become. Because take a look at it now. We have all these terrorists fully armed, scattered all over the 4 corners of the country. And they can strike just anytime, anywhere as they want until they did, right? We're always going to be like, maybe it's not that serious. Maybe it's just been exaggerated and it happens. And then you begin to ask yourself, how did you get here? Like, how did things get this bad? So that's the state of the country. So the current compromised national security architecture would need to go. Maybe the real reform they need is that to start with. Because the war they are going, you see, the war they are going to fight, or the one they are currently fighting with the terrorists, as compromised as they are, right, will be a child's play to other wars that they will need to fight with other organized criminals, like the illegal miners. They are as armed and as deadly as the same terrorists that are invading communities, ransacking villages, and kidnapping people en masse. They are as dangerous as them. So imagine a country that is now willing and ready to get rid of these criminals, right? That's another stage of war. Then now we have the drug cartels, who are not only just importing drugs into Nigeria, they are producing them at like industrial scale, because there is a market for it. 250 million people. That should be scary. This guy was caught with his own stock, or should I call it his own stash, in the middle of the road by the same NDLEA, National Drug and Law Enforcement and Law or whatever agency.
Can you go? Even this door.
What's Steve now? Fat team now, bro. Fat team. South Steve. Go to the next one, man. No. Open it from there. How the person now?
This one, you need something like scissors.
I think you give the black one, yeah.
Eddie.
What happened? As soon as yes.
No. I put it from the front here.
So the choice is yours now, whether you want to come in from the front or hands backwards. The choice is yours.
Where's the driver?
And just
so showing us the talent of their canine dog, right? discovering drugs from the suspected couriers. Are they called couriers or carriers or mules? So in Port Harcourt or in Rivers State, their own police commissioner was going everywhere to enforce their police IG's order that they should stop police checkpoints. Just performative.
Why did you block that road? I'm talking to you. No crest, though.
He's not a policeman.
No, he's not are you a policeman?
He's not.
No, it's not true.
A policeman.
Let me see your crest.
He's not a policeman. He's not a policeman.
What's your first number?
But that is my name.
Me, I can't read it. It's eating all over. An SPO, ASP,
Okay,
this rank.
See the place of my...
Is that why you wear slippers and you're on the road?
Because of the rain. Because of the rain.
Let me see your belt. Let me see the belt you are wearing. Let me see the kind of belt you are wearing.
Because of the rain.
Let me see the kind of belt you are wearing to your uniform. Wait.
Because
Is this police belt?
Is it Ania? Ania is one.
You are a very responsible officer.
See the Ania here.
Get his details. Where are you serving? Don't talk in no. No, where are you serving? Where are you serving, my friend? Keep quiet. Stop that nonsense.
Safe highway. Safe highway.
They tell you to be disgracing yourself. You are disgracing yourself. You are not fit to wear that rank. Get his details for me.
What's your IP number?
You. Why do you block road? Go and remove those things first. Why did you block that road? I'm talking to you. No crest, though.
He's not a policeman.
No, he's not are you a policeman?
He's not.
No, it's not true.
A policeman.
Let me see your crest.
He's not a policeman. He's not a policeman.
What's your first number?
2473.
When did he join the police?
Come on again. Come on.
Is he a policeman?
No. Call on again. He's not a policeman. Call. 2 what?
24. 17. 34.
Look at his own name tag. He's a woven, he's a cursive this thing. This one, they are not in the police. Are you a serving policeman?
Yes, sir.
Is this how they sew black?
What's your name?
There are many videos of him all over the social media, okay, trying to dismantle the alleged illegal roadblocks, all performative. In other part of the town, right? Here is what the policemen are doing. Guess to who? To their senior colleagues, the bandits, they call them. Allegedly, it is believed that these are bandits passing, and police who are part of the convoy of travelers had to also like dock by their senior bros passed.
Kai me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Kai wani ma. Me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Me yasa kake haka ne?
Sun tubo agima ne.
Actually, I don't believe those guys are bandits, okay? But that's what the narratives is on social media, so to say. But those are policemen. They had to park and allow those guys to pass before they could continue their own journey. I think there is another one where a policeman, you'll be asking yourself, what is he selling? Like, what is he being paid for by the roadside? Let me check that one out. Different one, but let's leave that for now. I also caught the people called, okay, I think people actually tagged them Gen Alpha bandits, where peace of mind won't finish in Nigeria. That call Luis your president.
بإذن الله تعالى إن ذا أكيد إن دمو ذا
za mu kai tarandi.
za mu kai tarandi.
Kuma muna da korafi ga Tunumbu ka ji tsoron Allah. Ka ringa yin adalci wallahi.
Da izinin Allah ta'ala in za a kai titin din nan da mu za a.
Za mu kai tarandi.
za mu kai tarandi.
Kuma muna da korafi ga Tunumbu ka ji tsoron Allah. Ka ringa yin adalci wallahi.
I don't know what they are talking about, all right? But I just heard the Tifnumbu and I heard the Jisoro. Jisoro is like something like you don't care, kind of, right? So whatever that is, right? So some people said that, look at that, so those are Jenafa bandits, Fulani terrorists, the guys that can just see you on the side of the road if your car breaks down in the wrong spot, right? Once they come out and they say, Yawa, just don't run, because the next thing is going to be your money is 50 million ransom. And that would be like generous, because now I think they are already asking for 200 million, 250 million, like what they're asking from those they kidnapped in Oyo State. 150 million ransom. Anyway, while the terrorists are having their own field day, the insecurity is kind of like dealing its own on the people. The Tifnumbu's regime, where you have the Dokbemu Stupid Service, DSS, they continue to showcase their thuggery, their lawlessness, as well as, brandish out their arms to show to us that they could wield power when it comes to the civilians who speak up or criticize the Tifnumbu, right? But not same thing for the terrorists who are having this field day, more like over around the country already, right? So that's what happened in Abuja today when the court or the judge that ordered that Omoyele Sowore should be remanded in prison until today. He's also ordered that Sowore should be returned to prison till next week for missing court appearance. Very much vindictive. He's the same guy. If he's not asking Sowore to remove his glasses, he's asking him to remove his watches, he's asking him to remove his trousers. If he's not saying that, he's going to be asking his lawyers to kind of like kneel down in the courts, like a judge asking lawyer to kneel down inside courtroom. So Sowore demanded that this guy, whatever he has against me, can't actually oversee my case. Recuse yourself. Assign this to any other person, not this guy. And the reason why they are doing all of this is because they said that Sowore called Tifnumbu a criminal. Okay, Tifnumbu did not sue Sowore. DSS is suing Sowore on behalf of Tifnumbu. I'll show you some of the dramas in court today as usual, right? Let's go to their courtroom before the guy had to send the Sowore back to prison again. This time, it is not even about the case anyway. It's just the judge flexing his own muscle in a lawless contraption.
Hello, good morning. Sorry.
Revolution! That's all. That's all. I beg you. That's all. It's not terrorism. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. President. That's all. President. What is that? I'm in dresses. I'm in dresses. They know I'll have
No. I just want to say something. Yeah, say it to you. You see, let me tell you, whether the president, everybody. If the country is free today, it's free for everybody.
My brother from another mother. Are you afraid of my phone? Since 2016. Brother, you can say whatever you want to say. You're on life. Yes.
They're just wasting their time. PSS, Tinubu is going. That's why they're panicking.
Very well.
It happened when Abacha was about to go. His people started giving us seats. They even brought food to see. So, I have said it. Tinubu came to make revolution a possibility in Nigeria.
Very well.
And we are hearing from every part of the country. They are ready. Very ready. Interestingly, even the prisoners are more ready than but they themselves are in prison.
Yes.
They have been in prison like bad deeds. They have been executed in this country.
He's protected under the law. He's under the law. Yes. 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 Yes.
So we should commend presidential. They have helped us to start the presidential campaign. The revolution has come. The revolution express got over 7 to 8 DSS vehicles to this place. And I told them on our west, why don't you just let them pass us through? Just have the right. Just have the right president in the place instead of Come and sit there. I don't give a promise. They know that. Tell them I'm not going out. Only his first tenure is the most unfortunate tenure of the president in Nigeria. He has to end. Nobody should be worried anywhere you
Yes. Yes. We don't block the entrance again. We don't block the court entrance again. We have blocked it again. Free Sowore now. 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 Free Sowore.
China life be this. The drama actually started from when they got to court, and then the DSS stopped people from gaining access into the courtroom. Okay, they even stopped the lawyers from accessing the courtroom in their usual overzealous thuggery. I think I captured that too. Watch this.
The lifetime of your parents will fix Nigeria. Before your parents exist, by the grace of God, Nigeria will go better. Are you proud of it? Are you proud of Nigeria today? You are not. You're in chains. You're in chains. I'm telling you, all in chains. This will never save you. Sowore is the person who can save you. And when they send you to Dr. Sowore, use your number 6. Because that is your Messiah. That is your Messiah in human form. When I'm going to do like this because you are all weapons. My brother, have your family eating this money? Have your family eating this money? Can your parents go to work? Can your wife and your kids afford school fees? They cannot. They cannot. But the necessary cost to apply the issue of Sowore is uncalled for. And I will say that I will keep saying it. We are not the problem of this country. Rather, we seek to be the solution. We seek to bring a Nigeria that will work for your parents before they exist. So people should stop all this for lawlessness. People should always use number 6 so that they can. I want to go into something, so you must allow me. Whether now or you must allow me.
Pastor, please let me come as for
you must allow me. Yeah. Nigeria. I want to fight. What is the problem? I want to fight. You are blocking me. Please, I just want to block you. Let me sign the document. Look, when the judge comes, I can't go in. Look, I'm going somewhere. I need the document. Only me. Remove the green. Not to respect Nigerians. You work for Nigeria. Nigeria do not work for you. You want the Nigeria where you be proud of. You will be out here tomorrow to learn what you prefer. Nigeria is a mess. And the family eating this morning opposite. Is the economy of Nigeria favorable to your family? No!
Go to the platform. Yes, go to the platform. You need to print it. It's very important. So that we fight. Go to the platform.
Or that show of power. Meanwhile, outside, it was chaos. I mean, chaos. The usual one that you probably would think, if not properly managed, like could escalate to something else, right? I'll show you.
Happening right now.
Sowore people fighting themselves. We that came for a peaceful protest, they can't just do protest and go home. Go home safely. And they're now fighting themselves, trying to fight themselves. This is very, very bad. This is very, very bad. How will now the government take us serious? We came for a peaceful protest. In turn, we turn back fighting ourselves. What is that? What is there?
Please, do I have me with this? I did the mistake. I want to remove this.
Are you mad?
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you mad? 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 Wait, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? They want to use you, Abi. They want to use you, Abi. They want to use you. They want to use you. Are they using you? Are they using you? Are you mad? How much? Are they using you? How much did they pay you? You see you, Abi. 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 You see you. Don't worry, you, Abi. You, Abi. You, Abi. I swear, you know me. You. You know me already. The lawless DSS. The lawless DSS. See them. See the lawless DSS. To me, they there. When I don't go Qatar.
Let them run. I want them to run. And your foot my goal. Let's get my goal too.
Yeah, people block the road or they block the gates for sometimes to prevent the same DSS, right, driving Sowore away from the courts. But it was meant to go back to Kuje until the 30th of June. The Jadenyoju was outside too, and he had this to say.
All right, so Deji is here now.
Very stupid country.
Deji is here.
Very stupid country.
And no one is happy about it.
How can insulting the president become a crime? Does it? They have been insulting Trump all this while. Trump not insulted. Everybody not insulting that president. Why should it be a crime? Why should it?
Why should it even be a subject where we are wasting taxpayers' money to constitute somebody?
Just distraction.
It doesn't make any sense. Remy Omokri is not an ambassador. You do not call the president drug lord. It's Panikayode. Voila, they know all insult the president.
Yes.
Why are you harassing Sowore for what? What for? I said I'm not going to join any protest again, but they are making me come out to protest.
What is it?
I said I'm not going to join any protest again because Nigerians are not ready.
Real, sir.
Because you are real.
Sir. You are real.
You are real.
Everywhere.
I said that the only condition I will join protest. I said the only condition I will join protest is if 1 million people come out.
Should I go behind your camera?
That's what I said. But look at me joining the protest. Why should we be protesting for somebody because the person is not president? Are people not insulting Trump every day?
A leader.
If you are not ready to be insulted, you should stay in your house.
Be a leader. Do your normal business.
Yes.
But if you say you want to lead, you must submit yourself to
Yes.
and name calling.
Yes.
And so, what is the presidential candidate? Why?
Yes.
Why are you trying to prevent him from contesting? Why? He now looks desperate as if they don't want Sowore to contest the next election.
Exactly.
What is the desperation about, for God's sake? Allow the man to contest.
Yes.
He's the presidential candidate.
Yes.
Just don't they get crowd.
Yes.
It's where it's bitter.
What is the issue? What is the issue really? The fear of the
That fear.
Bros, they bleed.
They talk.
They bleed. And they feel now.
Hellfire is facing similar thing. From the reports I have, right? You know, Hellfire has been in detention for over 126 days. That's like 4 months, right? Yeah, that's 4 months. They've taken him since February, and he's got series of charges against him. The last one, the court granted him bail. They are asking for somebody who is level 17 officer in Nigerian Civil Service, okay, to come and stand shorty for him. And that person must have a properties in Abuja, in this particular area of Abuja. So they shall make the bail conditions so stringent, right, that the DSS that is currently charging him for spying on Rebadu, the NSA wiretapping him, right? So they have concluded their own argument. Now, the case has now been adjourned until September. So Hellfire will be in prison, or detention rather, until September. And others believes that he will be in prison until after the 2027 elections in January. So he was in court again today, not to be granted bail or anything, just the routine, the kind of like assignment they've given to him. So while he's busy with all of this, he won't have time to possibly tell them how to dislodge Tinubu's plots or what they did in 2023. Hellfire in court today.
Tsohon gwamnan jihar Kaduna Malam Nasiru Ahmed Rufai. Bello ka kare mu. Na kwana malam, tashi lafiya, barka fitowa. Fansha.
They said it's a game of politics. So that was the guy who was helping Tinubu to define teamship at the Chatham House in December 2022. Live, eh? And of course, yes, the Jade was one of the witnesses called by the DSS against Rufaya. So he testified against him. Yeah, I think. Well, there's another problem, kind of like a brewing. Okay. 4 days ago, at a program in somewhere in Bayelsa, what's the name of this place again? I think it's called the Gema. Asari Dokudumb, speaking to, I believe, the Jaws, right? Therefore made a declaration which happened to be taken as a threat by the people from Edo State. Asari Dokudumb said that Edo State is going to be their next battleground because it will be fighting for the Jaws who are claimed to be settlers in Edo State when they are not settlers, simply because some people draw lines. They drew a line and called it states. How could the Jaws in Delta State that shared border with Edo State, according to Asari, right, he said, how could the Jaws that are in Delta State be called indigenes while those Jaws in Edo State are called settlers, and on and on. Now that is the new kind of like a brewing controversy, because it is now involving the Oba of Benin, where Asari Dokudumb sent a quote-unquote strong message to the Oba of Benin and the Edo youth. I'm not taking that lightly. Let's start with the threat or his message.
Our next battleground is Edo State. Our next battleground is Edo State. This organization was not formed for pleasure, was not formed for this sort of thing. We did not form this organization for these fine things. We were going to Arugbo for 3 days and eating raw corn, cassava, everything at Belobu. We ate everything, ripe and unripe, cooked and uncooked. All the water in Belobu, in the well, everything we drank all. We cannot allow the Jaws in Edo State to continue in the condition that they are. Go and tell them we cannot continue to allow the Jaws to continue in the condition they are. Because government drew a line and said this is Delta, this is Ondo, this is Edo. The people of Ondo State have their right. The people of Delta have their right. But the people of Edo State cannot have their right. Ofunama is settlers. Opposite of Ofunama in Delta State, they are not settlers. How do you get this sort of argument? And the same people, the same Ofunama people, Polobubo people, the people in Delta are settlers, but Polobo people in the people in Edo are settlers. The people in Delta are not settlers. How can you give that sort of argument? We have historical documents dating back to 16 something, where it clearly states that Gelegele is an unjust settlement. All those Ijaw people who are claiming historical parasitism, that they are from Benin, they are liars. There is no Calabari man that is from Benin.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
Sorry. So it didn't stop there. he went on to respond to people's reaction, because people reacted. And you know that Edo people, right, when it comes to stuffs like this, they are never going to be found wanting. So from left, right, center, everywhere, they were firing him, to the point that they even wrote a petition. There's a petition against him to the DSS that he should be called to order. That if he tried any of his, Asari's got his own army. So when he says they are going to turn Edo State to battleground, that is not a main threat. You get what I mean? So they responded. Then he responded as well. First, the Otobo or so youth have this for Asari. And then Asari also fired back. But first, this one.
Ọba àtọ́pẹ́ ìṣẹ́ ọba ẹgbẹ́ ìlógídígà àtọ́pẹ́ ìṣẹ́ ìmínímínímíní àtọ́pẹ́ ìṣẹ́ ọba n'ogodo abíápamùnà àtọ́pẹ́ ìṣẹ́ igi kò yẹ kò mẹ́ni egun ẹ̀ o. Òyà yà sílẹ̀ wọ̀ ìjà níyà sí gé nẹ́kùn lóru. Òyà yà sílẹ̀ wọ̀. To the palace of the Oba of Benin. Oba Atokpere. The State Director of the Department of State Service, the Commissioner of Police, Edo State Command, Edo State Government, and Edo State House of Assembly. An urgent petition for the Department of State Security Service, Nigeria Police Force. Yes, sir. The attention of members of Otedo Youth Movement worldwide has been drawn to the trending video online attributed to a traditional ruler from Calabar, River State, in the person of Asari Dokubo, in which he stated that their next battle is in Edo State. Their next battleground is in Edo State. We cannot allow the Ijaws in Edo State to remain in the condition they are. It is a time to take Edo State forward. Firstly, Asari Dokubo is not an indigene of Edo State. And it is indeed, sir, that such unguided, sacrilegious, and uncouth utterances is coming out in a time that Edo State is grappling with rising insecurity, such as kidnapping, banditry, ritualism, and communal tensions, courtesan activities, and as such, a statement is capable of thwarting the state government's efforts at tackling the menace of insecurity. We would like to refer Asari Dokubo and to whomever it may concern to the judgment of the Supreme Court in Lagos on August 19, 1983, in suit number SC 131/1982, affirming that the Gele and its surrounding, that surrounding can stretch from here to Lagos, and its surroundings areas are strictly Benin land, which the Ijaws, being settlers and tenants to the Oba of Benin, but the Benin's, out of their benevolence and hospitable nature, allow them to live as brothers in these various settlements. However, the reverse has been the case, as those whom we accommodated for so many decades are now trying to annex our ancestral land with the alleged instauration of their parade traditional ruler in Ikoho, which they have corrupted to Ikoro villages. They are trying to create a kingdom within the Benin kingdom, which is sacrilegious. The Aquarians in the River State and the Ibibio in Akwa Ibom State, the Ijaws have always been known to be at war with the Insecurities in Delta State, even in Odo State and beyond. Furthermore, we want to state it clear that Edo State is not a battleground for any individual or Asari Dokubo. It is a home to millions of law and abiding Nigerians. I recapitulate, law and abiding Nigerians. Oh, yeah, see the one who deserve peace, development, and freedom to pursue their livelihood without fear. But no individual or group or commentator has the right to threaten the peace of our state or political or for personal gain. We also want this to serve as a warning to Asari Dokubo and his likes that if as little as a strand of an hair of any indigenous Edo person fall to the ground in any community, we shall not hesitate to respond back. In a thousandfold, as no tribe or ethnicity has the monopoly of violence. Having stated this obvious fact, we can no longer belabor the obvious. Now our demands is as follows. We urge the Department of State Service, the Nigerian Police Force, and other relevant authorities to take note of Asari Dokubo's insightful statement and invite him for questioning. We urge the Department of State Service, Nigerian Police Force, and all other relevant security agencies to invite for questioning one Godwin Omoibo, the one who is parading himself as a parent of Iko, and the priest of Ebesu, who is currently parading himself. He should come and explain who made him Pere or any traditional ruler. And he should come and explain to the government who gave him staff of office in the Dolan. And we urge the Department of State Service, Nigerian Police Force, and other relevant security agencies to investigate and invite and question one Felix Igebo in respect to his Facebook comment attached to this document on the plans and the people that are sponsoring him, orchestrating him, making so many sort of utterances that he wants to dethrone our Oba of Benin. Now we make this petition in good faith and on behalf and on the belief that the Edo people are hospitable and peace-loving, and we stand for that.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that.
So Asari also responded. His own response this time is first to the Oba of Benin in a bit of a condescending way. You know what I mean? That some of you are from Benin who have seen this video, or if you haven't already, I bet the reaction will be the same. Why is he talking like that? Currently, in Delta State, there is still pending battle between the Yoruba, Ijo, and the Shekiri over the sharing of pipeline waterway contracts or collecting royalties from oil companies and all that. That one is still pending in Delta State. They're fighting over delineation, where they are going to redraw the map of the area believed to be in Warri, by the way, right? But believed to be the agenda of the likes of Tompolo and others. So it's more or less like, okay, we are controlling this side now. It's ours. But INEC map says, no, it's not. So they have to redraw it. No, they shouldn't redraw it. That one is pending. No. Asari is cooking another one in Edo States. Just for your attention. His response after that petition or press release of those guys, right? Watch this.
You just said, I'm not saying, I'm going to speak today, but before I speak, I want to greet you good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're listening to me. Ordinarily, I would not have spoken because the statements I make are very clear and explicit. Very, very clear and explicit. But I heard that fellow who calls himself Oba of Benin talk. If you have not spoken, I would not have had time to reply people who are beneath me. He himself is beneath me. I'm going to give historical facts how this fellow Oba of Benin is beneath me. You see, when you talk, people will say you are being a little bit arrogant. It's not arrogance in stating the facts. Benin Empire is a 419 Benin Kingdom. In quote, it's a 419 entity, striving in lies and 419. Now, where are the historical facts? I am a direct descendant of King Amakri, and I sit on the stool of King Amakri. At the very place where King Amakri was installed, as the second stool of King Amakri. Who is King Amakri? And who are the Kalawari people? In about 1444-43, precisely 44, the first white people came to Kalawari land. They passed through Ifok of Fuchi. Bartolome Diaz was the first person that stepped his feet on this part of on the coast of Guinea. They left Lisbon, commissioned by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain. King Ferdinand of Portugal and Queen Isabella of Spain, and they came down here. The first port of call they had was at Fuchi, where they call Fuchi Ifoko. From there, Bokoyolo piloted them to Elim Calabar, Taurus Ramapri. At that time, Benin was in the wilderness, in the forest of Africa. Wine drop, Fuchi Elim Ifoko. Ifoko was the first port of call before he went down to the Cape of Good Hope, down to India. And this was necessitated by the need for Europeans to bypass the Ottoman Empire, the Saracens, the Muslims, because they are occupying the Silk Road to Europe. And in order to buy spice, they had, after the conquest of the Muslim empires, Muslim kingdoms of Spain, Gibraltar, and so on, Malta, they wanted a situation where they would bypass the Ottoman Muslims. And they went on to discover, they never saw Benin. Benin was seen about over 100 years after. Benin was seen. So I wonder where these hide, these lies, this one online, all these things are in the records. King Amakri was the first black man to have a legal tender, a commemorative coin in his name in the whole of Europe. The first black man. You can Google it. King Amakri was the first black man to own an ocean line. And you can read a lot about King Amakri from Talbot to Jones, who also recorded the Benin Kingdom. So when that fellow Benin, Oba of Benin talks, I just smile. because he does not know me. And I don't know him either. I know a little bit of his history. I know a little bit of his history. I know that less than 100 men defeated a so-called empire. Less than 100 men defeated a so-called empire. Where you are hyping. Less than 100 Europeans.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
So at least just for the record, okay, he's talking nonsense. All right. So for the record, it says here that the question is basically, is the Kalabari kingdom older than the Benin kingdom? He's talking trash by referencing King Edward, Queen Isabella, trying to kind of like use this colonialist, right, as the validation that, oh, they met us, they landed, that's rubbish. Benin kingdom came to existence in 13th century. That's like a centuries away from before they even formed anything called a Kalabari kingdom. But anyway, it's Asari, okay? And most of the time, people tend to sort of like tell stories or histories that elevate their own ancestors in that regard, but you don't have to lie. Okay. Then he also sent a message by this one. I consider this as a threat. Okay. That the Benin people, all right, they should be careful if they don't want war in their states. Because according to him, they already have these Ijo kings. And the Oba of Benin is so revered that it is generally accepted that in their law, in their state, there will be no any other Oba whatsoever. So the Oba of Benin is you can be a chief, all that stuff, right? But you cannot be another crowned king where you have Oba of Benin. So that is the bone of contention, okay? Before they create this bad blood that people will be armed and they will start killing themselves and all that. That's why those guys are asking the DSS to call Asari to order. Or maybe the DSS should also probably watch this. Sorry.
You can't go to this land. So you use the Edo state government and the federal government to fight their wars. You cut the people off, they don't have roads. They are state-led as it is now. The people of Ofunama, Ajakurama, Okomu, Ikoru, etc. That state-led. We will correct this injustice and oppression. This most primitive form of apartheid, we will correct it. 1 inch of building, you don't have even 1 grain of land. If some of the places you settle are not our land, they belong to other people, land that you occupy. Because of your 419 narratives and so on, supported by government. Government businesses, who business do you do? Without government, you know that you won't last 1 second. Without government, 1 second you won't last. And I pity all those Edo people who are not part of it, who are joining with them in encouraging this operation. If you come, I feel sorry for you. It's just not the look face. We know the look face. Don't dare us. People say in Rivers State, how what have you done? You cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. You can't be more Catholic than the Pope. You can't be more Catholic than the Pope. I'm not interested in becoming governor of Rivers. I can only support somebody, and then you want me to make my sacrifice. No. The job people know me. Everybody. Anybody who is telling you, encouraging you, to continue to encourage you. Seeing is believing. You have not seen. But you will not be around to tell the story. You will not be around to tell the story. So we will not even know. Others who did not see will run away. Don't bring destruction to your land. Don't bring destruction. Just quietly stay. Leave the job people. Because we will not allow you to keep our people in that condition. Without roads, without good schools, without good health centers. We will not allow it. That I, Mujahid have worked with the water, I'm an officer. I'm the one saying, we won't allow it. We have tolerated it for so long, thinking that your conscience will break you. But since your conscience has failed to break you, one battle at a time, by the grace of God, one battle is done. Now the focus is on Benin. The focus is coming to Edo State and take what right belongs to us. So, we're there. Even the land you are, that is our own. If you don't behave yourself, we'll take it from you. If other people's land that you are, Asian people land, Hussein people land that you're occupying, if they allow you, Igbo people land, if they allow you, but our own land that you're occupying, if you don't behave yourself, we'll take it from you. That's 1 inch. You have inch of land.
Now to on far. Ma okuta to wa nbe ma yoku nbe. Ma sabi bata ban sa ewa.
Like, see, you come to think of it, right? Asari is a king. Yeah, I know. I don't know what you know him as. Maybe you know him as a militant leader or activist. I don't know. He is a king. If he's not fighting the Igbos, he's shouting that Budide is not looking at his side. Now it's the Edo people. Because according to him, right, the Jaws in Edo, areas where the Jaws are in Edo states, they are suffering marginalization. No good roads, no hospitals, no schools, no this, no that. And that is why he is fighting. So what exactly is the fight? Is it that this part of these Jaws in Edo, they should be cut off from Edo and match them with another states? I don't know. Or he is demanding that the government of Edo State should develop the Jaw part of Edo State? I don't understand. But the typical Asari is there making the mouth and all of that. But because of those who knows what he's capable of, when it comes to this level of violence and all that, when we begin to hear that some people are fighting themselves or killing themselves in some part of Edo states, on top of all these things going on in Nigeria. So I agree that it should be questioned, because some of these youth themselves are also becoming agitated. Like, at that press conference I showed you earlier, right? There's another part to it where they believe that it's about land grabbing or something. And Asari is insulting the king, the Oba of Benin.
Na me, my brother, my pikin, my son. Osabonye, Igbelosun, Agbodowakemoyi, who they also know as Henry. I be the audio way of Iko community. I be the senior grandson of Igbelosun, the last audio way for there today. Before the jobs, they come from different places. Bayelsa, or other places, one for the claim territory. That place already don't be Edo land for a very long time. Across the river, Malegi, the small Lagos, you come by Igbene, all of these places, all of them, they inside that river, they pay homage to Oba of Benin, to Mapa, to Ogua, all these things, I remember them. And we're also doing trade by barter with them. Audio way don't there for that place. Long ago, many audio way. If I still make a measure their name, it go too long. and we have deities for that place too, whether they call of here or Potu. Different one. We not only accommodate the just with open arms. Incase did there. Urobo did there. Because why? Because of the river. My question when I want first ask, God create water for Ijaw people? No. Why anywhere where river dey? Now Ijaw they want the claim say it's their own. Across that river, it belongs to us. My question again, when the concern ourselves to Kubo, all the way from rivers, say they come, Edo State, you want customer to war zone. I'm sending this warning to Asai to Kubo. I don't know what you say you call yourself, because anytime I see you, I see pig. Pig wey no even get sense wey dey smell. Because they call them elede. You say they carry what they come. If they come with that your voice, I just dey pity them. Anything wey say they come, this your gun wey they do pipeline, wey they vandalize. Send it after you. You know say we not be Edo. I dey tell you. As far to Gelegele, when they call am Gelegele, but the real name is called Gelegele. Ofunama, now they call am, it's called Ofunima. That is the language. When they say Nikorova, it's not Nikorova, a Nikora. People will gather share, now be that place. All this territory, go reach whatever, all our territory, across the river, now our territory. As we can start this morning now, even to some of our people, where they see they come out, go they meet some of these jobs, they collect peanuts from them. We are coming for all of them.
You listening? Because that's how sometimes you just hear that, oh, they've done something and they've vandalized their properties. In fact, they've killed people. This is how they all bring together to become this bigger thing, right? But yeah, that one is happening. Mind you, yesterday, Kolu's letter on this creation of a state police got to the Akpabiole's Senate, and he read it to them. And today, they've passed it, meaning the creation of a state police, like by law, is now almost kind of like done, because now they will need all the states, all the state house of assemblies, right? They will have to like debate it and pass it as well. So they need 2/3 of the 36 states. They need 24 to 25 states in Nigeria to pass the State Police Act. And then it becomes the law. And then they can start the recruitment, the retraining, and whatever it is they want to do. Because what they all sort of like concluded that the solution to this terrorism in Nigeria, insecurity in Nigeria, that the Nigerian police couldn't undo, the Nigerian military couldn't undo successfully, right? Adding a state police to the fold would do the magic. I have no idea how that is going to be, but yeah, that's the logic. State police. So yesterday, Akpabiole.
Oyebanji, the most friendly governor to the legislature in Nigeria. We'll have time to discuss that later. But for today, we have a slight tragedy. So in line with our tradition, we will not do much. But if we can improve upon this number tomorrow, we can conclude on the issue of constitutional alteration and state policing. So if you have anything to add to the state police, we have distributed the journal, the National Journal of the Gazette to you. So please study it. And then we have also distributed the report of the Constitutional Amendment, but maybe we distill it instead of taking everything. We just take 1 or 2 items so that they can go fast to the state, and before we come back, they are ready. The states are promised to take it on the same day once they receive it. So I just felt I should really thank you. Then from the executive arm of government, they have also decided to make input because of how important it is. So I read the correspondence from Mr. President. Deceased Senator Gospel Akpabio GCN, President of the Senate, dated 15th of June 2026. Transmission of Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alteration State Police Bill 2026. I am delighted to present to the Senate Constitution, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alteration State Police Bill 2026, which seeks to amend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to create a constitutional pathway for the establishment of state police services in Nigeria.
And that was yesterday. So today, they voted on the act or on the bill to make it an act, and it passed the rowdy session where they were taking their votes.
Listen to each other, listen to each other. They said they should count, they don't want to waste time, they want to go. Yeah. Are you counting? Block 2. Please be seated. 83.
State police. So then Akpabio has a message for the state governors. Listen, you're not going to be governor forever. So if you think you are going to change something or whatever, or manipulate the process of this state police, or believe that you can use the state police as a tool, just remember that you're not going to be governor forever, and that person will be governor, and they can do the same, that kind of preaching. Because now the bill is now going to go to the states all over Nigeria. This is what they said.
Your constituents will be looking at you, and they will be interested in what you say. Since 1960, Nigeria did not have the courage to decentralize policing. And this is the first time. We'll do it in two phases. One will do it through alteration of the Constitution, and the other one will embed it in an act of parliament in order to bring out the modalities to avoid abuses. Many of us would like to go back home after we are through from here without being afraid of state police. And I've always emphasized that even the current governors will one day leave office. They should not be afraid of the state police that they created. And therefore there will be a lot of safeguards and it is you that will make those observations. If you're
maybe they should create the state army too. There's this funny interaction that took place between two TikTokers. I don't know if you have seen the video, okay? So a young lady, right, joined another guy's broadcast, okay? And then she was pretty much like being, conscious, like, how are you? How is work? And then this guy just threw tantrums and all that until the lady said, I am a military personnel, and everything just changed from that moment. So yeah, maybe they should create a state army too, kind of.
How are you?
Fine, sir. How is work, sir?
We should work. What do you mean, how's work? Give me work. What do you mean, how's work? How's work again? Sure. Tell you. What happened?
Sir, is there you bring me up? Yes, sir.
Is that what you're here for?
Yes, sir.
Where do you live?
I live in Enugu.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
The other time you came here, did I shout at you?
No, sir.
This one, what I do is, nobody you had to talk, nobody you had to say, before you begin the thing, say, I shouted at you. That wasn't shouting, okay? Say sometimes I go to talk, my voice go loud. You understand? It's not shout. That's why I asked you, the other time you came here, did I shout?
No, sir.
I didn't shout. I'm a good guy. This one, what I do now, no be shouting, no, I beg, okay? No go, they think, say, that you, I'll go, they take your cosmets, say, there's a guy, he came to his life, he shouted at you. No be shout, no be, that's how they talk. I don't shout at people, okay?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I feel the shout, but you say, now you are the flow talk. If you say, no be you, basically, don't provoke me before. It's not you, okay?
Yes, sir, no problem.
Have you eaten?
No, I'm not eating this morning, but I'll find something.
Should I buy you breakfast?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me buy a breakfast.
Yes, sir.
Let me buy a breakfast. How dare me not buy you breakfast at the Grace? How are you?
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
One wonderful exchanges between these two unknown individuals, right? And the moment she said that she is a military personnel, everything changed from that moment. And he denied the same anger issue that he initially wanted to kind of like use to take control of the conversation, right? That is cinematic. Like that's a full cinema. A script that ordinarily, if people have to like act it, they may never even act it that perfect. So Nigeria is a place where somehow people kind of feel like once the military comes, I think we generations who are suffering from this military trauma, I think we have many other traumas. Okay, here is one of them. On social media in the last few days, this is why.
bit of stretch. Let's down to the other side. That's where it's not there. That's a bit of stretch. Let's get to the beach here. This is my Yanoba, yeah. This is Yanoba. Terrible guys, huh? Yeah. It's still trekking, and the decks are still there. Yeah. Aside the construction going on here, the decks are there. I can show you look at. Alright. You see? These are decks, man. These are decks, right? Yeah.
Stretches. Very dirty. Damn. What is this? Aga Wahab, Tokumba Wahab. Come and carry your property. Abi, see the fine she do. See the fine she do me.
Daughter would say, yuck. Yeah, so it's actually like a pandemic that it became sort of like a trending topic on social media when the Tokumba Wole, the Commissioner for Environment, was on social media, kind of like blaming people as well, like this rubbish were dumped by the people. They were supposed to take them to the right spot where they could be collected instead of dumping them on the street and all that. So Sowore himself had to speak out and said, okay, yeah, he has directed that the affected the ministry or departments, they should affix this death menace in the state. It's all over the state, everywhere, every corner. Not even the Victoria Island, you call it VI, Lekki, Aja, they were not spared. None of them is spared. All over the place. The others on the streets were picking those who are also abandoning the pedestrian bridges by crossing the motorway.
So when you the express. This is what happens. They don't catch another person again. Okay, that one don't run. They catch him too. What's wrong with that girl?
Between Obanikoro, between Pangrove, Obanikoro side to Pangrove, So people take risk enough to not use the pedestrian bridges and then they get caught. But inside that same Lagos, right, the police gave a press conference, okay, because the bank MD in Lagos, named Mr. Olusegun Alebioshu, that's what he's called, received this strange package. And when he opened it, he found 2 live bullets inside the envelope, posted to him, delivered by a courier, so to say, not those dispatch riders. Then they called the police. No arrest has been made, but that is new. Or what does it mean? If you received live bullets as a package. I was discussing that with my friend today. I was like, man, how do you even react?
Well, there was a case like that. There is a case rather like that, which we are presently investigating. Precisely on the 7th of May this year, the director of First Bank reported that he collected a parcel that was collected from him by his guard in his house, and when he opened the parcel, he saw 2 ammunitions, precisely live ammunitions, precisely 7.62 live ammunition, and that arose a lot of suspicion, and here and there we went to investigation into the matter. But presently I can confirm to you that the matter is still under investigation. It's a serious case, and I think the investigation needs to be more thorough than we think of. So we are still on the investigation of that matter. Well, there was a case like that.
Meanwhile, in Osun State, right, they are holding their governorship election in August. And the political atmosphere in the state is already so tensed that people are already being shot and killed. A group of APC thugs invaded a community, and a community in Ilobu, in Osun State, right? So they invaded a community, shooting and all that, until they shot at a 14-year-old boy. Ezekiel Olapade lost his life in the hands of political thugs, APC political thugs. His father, this distraught father, shared, what had this to say?
Ní àná mo bá wọn gbé ọjà wọn bá wọn gbé lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀bù bá mo sì dé ṣọ́ọ̀bù ọpẹ́ ohun tó nǹkan bíi 2 ìjẹ ìwà lórí machine wọn gbọ́ lágbo òṣèlú lọ́wọ́ tó nǹkan bíi 3 nǹkan bíi 2:45 sa ni wọ́n wakọ̀ dé inú kánsù wọ́n sá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rìlíìsì gan gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó mi gbogbo àwọn ọmọ mi gbogbo wọn ń sá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyàwó mi ti ṣubú sínú kọ́tà ọmọ mi yẹn gan ó ti escape kan tó ti sá jìnnà bọ̀ wá gbọ́ pé màmá òun ṣubú sínú kọ́tà ibẹ̀ ni ọmọ yẹn ti padà kí sáà fọwọ́ ra màmá rẹ̀ lára torí ìyàwó mi gan ó bolójúgun tó fàyà sọlẹ̀ bí tẹ́ ń bẹ ni ọmọ yẹn ti wá padà tí ń fọwọ́ ra màmá rẹ̀ lára wọ́n sáà tó ń rìlíìsì gan bọ̀bọ̀ kan sì ń bẹ ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ó dé kò ju bíi 5 minutes lọ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn dé fìlà yẹ́lò bọ́ kì í ṣe lógún ẹgbẹ́ bí wọ́n sáà ṣe rí fìlà yẹ́lò lórí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn mẹ́ta ṣe ń tún rìlíìsì gan ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa nìyẹn bẹ́nẹ́sà ti lé bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn lọ tẹ́sà fi ìbọn ṣe lọ ìbẹ̀ náà ọmọ mi náà ti sá lọ bí ó ṣe di pé bọ̀bọ̀ nígbà wọn wá lọ tí wọ́n bọ́nu mọ́tò tán ìní bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn wá padà wọ́n wá ní bàbá ìbọn mà ti mú òun nígbà tí wọ́n rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ti bo gbogbo ara rẹ̀ gbogbo apá báyìí gbogbo ẹ̀gbẹ́ báyìí ìbọn ti fin wọ́n bá ní jẹ́ gbé lọ sí palace wọ́n bá gbé lọ sí palace adé palace wọ́n ní wọ́n sá pé ẹni tí ó wà á tọ́jú rẹ̀ bàtà sáà tí mo tẹ́mi débẹ̀ tán ni ìyàwó mi wá pè mí pé tó òun ò rí ìsìnkẹ́ o mo ní níbo ni ìsìnkẹ́ wa wà mo tún lè gún máṣíìnù mo ní bọ́yá náà ti gbé mi gan mo sáà tún gún máṣíìnù lọ lẹ́nu tó bá lóun ò rí ìsìnkẹ́ mo bá wà lọ lé ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ gbàmọdélé ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n láwọn ò rí mo bá tún gún máṣíìnù wá padà tó bá láwọn ò rí gbogbo àwọn ará àdúgbò tájọ wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ní àdúgbò gbogbo àwọn bàbá àmọ̀ràn tájọ wọ̀ gbogbo wọn làjọ wá kí ìgbà wọn rí àtàwọn kan sì ti rí jẹ́ ti gẹ́ẹ̀tì ibi tó wà ní bá ṣàlàyé fún mi pé àwọn ti rí ìsìnkẹ́ o bí wọ́n ní ìsìnkẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ń tọ́jú rẹ̀ ní àbẹ́dẹ́ mọ́nulé ní bá ní ibi tí ìsìnkẹ́ wà kí n sá máa fọwọ́ kan o kí ló ṣe tẹ́bi ní má fọwọ́ kan ní bá ṣáájú ibi tí ọmọ mi wà fún mi ní àwọn òde bẹ̀ náà òkú ọmọ mi mo bá mẹ́ mo lẹ́sìn gbé kóòrè inú gbóòrùn mo bá gbé yá títì àwọn ọlọ́pàá náà gbé gbowó bí wọ́n ṣe ń yí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ náà àwọn ọlọ́pàá sọ kẹ́kẹ́ o wọn ò wí kankan torí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n wà. ẹ
pẹ̀lẹ́.
ibùgbé wo.
mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ̀ tún sọ pé àwọn tẹ́ ẹ rí ṣé fúnra yín lè rí ọkọ̀ tó gbé àwọn.
orí tọ́lọ́ ìmásílẹ̀ mi láǹdà sí tí mo fi gbọ́dọ̀ gbò òṣèlú ọkọ̀ àǹbọ̀ ni wọ́n gbé wá ìyẹn gbé wá débi ò tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé débi tẹ̀ tún káwọ́ kẹ́tì mo tó fẹ́ lọ jẹ́ lẹ́fọ́ pé òdìyàn náà rè bóyá náà ni òjò wọ́n ṣèlú ní kankan tẹ́ fi lọ́pọ̀ ọmọ mi ìmọ̀ pé mi nìkan ni wọ́n wá mú ní fókọ̀sì ní wá pa àbí tẹ́ fi pọ̀ ọmọ mi sẹ́mi náà kẹ́ wá pa ni.
níbi tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀.
sílé wa kò jìnnà sílé tá à ń gbé ní kánsù ròdù náà ilé wa ọ̀dọ̀ wa wà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà sì ni ìyàwó mi ti ń tajú ìyàwó mi mú wa.
níbo ni ṣọ́ọ̀pù yẹn wà.
ó wà ní opposite local government.
ní kánsù. ọkọ̀ tí ẹ̀sẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbé wá tán báyìí ṣé wọ́n sọ fún yín àbẹ́yìn gan-an.
èmi gangan ni mo rí mọ́tò yẹn.
So let me paraphrase all he said to those who don't understand Yoruba, okay? So he said he was at his wife's shop. His wife's shop is opposite the local government secretariat, referred to as the council. So his wife has a shop there and, sell things and all that, right? So it was there when they were doing Lagbo Shelu. That means politicians were coming around to the local government area and all that. And he saw that they came in the bus of APC governorship candidate, Ambo. So, and when they started shooting, his son, who also came to help his mom in the shop, when they started shooting, everybody started running. In the process, his wife fell on her chest, couldn't move again. In the process, his wife fell on her chest, couldn't move again. The son, who already ran away, seeing his mom, he ran back, trying to get his mom up and all that. In the process, another person who was wearing a yellow cap, which is like the official campaign color of the sitting governor, Accord. So this gunman turned on this person and they started shooting at him. So he ran away. In the process, his son also left his mom and started running too. So when they were gone, the guy who was running or they were shooting at, right? When that one came back, he said he's been shot. Indeed, he was shot because there were blood. This man said he volunteered to take that person to the palace so that they could take care of the person and all that. In the process, they started asking after his son, Ezekiel. Where is Ezekiel? They started searching. He said he rode back on his bike to go back to the scene, in fact, to his son's friends' places to ask them if they have seen him. Was in the process, they called him and said they found his son, that he shouldn't go there, he shouldn't touch him. And I was, what do you mean? What happened to him? Like, are you caring for him? Like, that's when they told him that his son is dead. Even though, according to him, that when he saw these guys, when they arrived at that council, when their convoy arrived, he was among those who actually were hailing them. That maybe that's the reason why they didn't shoot at him when they started this shooting and all that. That's how he lost his 14-year-old son. And today, people actually took to the streets, calling on the government to apprehend the perpetrators. A protest.
To build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
And on that note, we can actually draw the curtains now. So thank you so much for your time, to every one of you that keeps turning up. Thank you. I will see you another time. But remember, make sure you like the broadcast, share it if you haven't done any of that already. Okay? We'll have a very great, that should be great, a wonderful evening. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Nayibi number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. fẹ́ni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.